I got kicked out, sent to the continuation school across the street. And when
that's gross.
When the high school was we had open campus lunch at my high school. So when the high school was getting out for lunch, you were done with your day. So they would see you leaving for the day.
Yeah.
And all the fucking fucked up retard juveniles in the East Stand were like, "Bro, we get out early. Isn't that dope?" I'm like, "Bro, we're going nowhere in life."
We're about to cause a ruckus with the community.
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch, bro.
Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
I'm pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy.
Welcome to the Bad Neighbor Podcast.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, so we did a writer's room. This fool had like this container or whatever, and he's like, I brought snacks. So I was like, okay. And he's like, they're grape leaves. I was like, what the fuck is a grape leaf? You know, and it sounded like, you ever seen Lord of the Rings where they eat that bread and they open it like a leaf? And they like, I was like, okay, it's probably
one little
like,
corner can sustain a man. So, yeah.
it was like, and I tried it, and it was like, no, I picked it up, and it was like a witch's finger that just like came out of her asshole. It was just like all like wet and droopy, and
it was oily.
Okay, so I just bit into it, and it was like the smallest bite, but it was so pungent, and it just it stuck with me, dude. And it I don't know, and I had to throw up.
You for real threw up.
I just know I didn't like kind of like when I threw up in your backyard when I shotgunned that beer.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like that. Like I just got it out and I was like, all right, I'm cool. Yeah.
But it wasn't cool that you did it.
No, that's bitch shit. Why are you throwing up? Like it was so bad.
Because I have stomach problems. It's not like bitch shit,
No,
whatever.
I think it was because it was healthy.
No, dude, I eat healthy all the time.
No, but that was like different culture healthy, where it was like leafy greens.
True.
You're like,
and
where's the
black
high
beans?
fructose corn syrup in this?
He's all pissed off. He's like, that didn't have corn syrup.
Yeah,
No
this
artificial coloring?
This isn't maple syrup. No, dude, it was like it was gross. It was like strong. It was so strong.
It was really strong.
But it's fun to try new things.
Yeah, it is when it's fried or dipped in oil. You know, not when it's a wet leaf. It looked like someone sucked a cigar and just like took it out and it was just wet. Like that's
yeah. The wet leaf part was interesting. I was like,
yeah, kind of gross.
Yeah, can we just use tortillas like Mexicans, or do we all have to like use
was this
the
like
leftovers of a banana tree?
Was this like an Indian restaurant or something?
It's called it's just Mediterranean.
Okay, Mediterranean is Indian. All right, let's just be honest.
It's
That's pretty
far
far
from
over
the
there.
Mediterranean area.
It's the same. It's like there's garlic. That's all we got to know, right?
They do have garlic.
There's garlic in it. It's spicy.
You know, China exports 60% of the world's garlic. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah, I heard that there was a
So
Chinese spy driving around a senator.
Yeah.
So I'm housing a fugitive right now, huh?
Most of the time when you buy garlic and it's in those multi-pack bulbs with the white
Yeah.
casing, that's most of the time that's from China. We don't
that's
usually.
Chinese garlic.
Yeah, and
God
it sucks.
damn it.
That's gross.
So I'm a fucking American. I don't eat that shit that
That's
comes
right.
straight from the fucking farm.
You know what food is faked a lot? Coffee.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can see
you
that.
know what else is fake? Wasabi.
Yes.
Oh
Wasabi.
yeah, it's almost impossible to actually
find
get
real
the real shit.
wasabi.
Yeah, because real wasabi is like that leaf, and you get. I watched the video last
It's
night.
a root,
It's grown,
It's a root, right? Yeah.
It's grown from a root in Japan next to a certain river.
and it's the conditions that are required are so difficult to get.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
it's
rocks and water or something.
Constantly flowing water, shaded area, and we just don't have a lot of spots like that out here.
Yeah. I think the Kern River, we can do something over there.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So they just give us horseradish, which is like I've had real wasabi a couple times.
Where at?
Just like a really nice sushi spot.
Oh, right.
That's who has it, is like high-end sushi spots.
But even there, they say like the way that it's supposed to be prepared is it's supposed to be freshly ground
in
table
front
side
of yeah.
on a piece of shark skin leather that's been stretched over wood. I've never seen that shit.
Shark skin leather?
Yeah, they said the bumps on the shark skin break down the cells of the wasabi like the best.
The thing I saw was like it was like a cheese grater, but the teeth were so fine, were so small that it just kind of like pulverized it and like made it mush instead of actually grated it and like, you know. Oh man. Wagyu beef, you guys try that?
Never.
I've had a lot of things that said it was, but I've never like bought a steak that looked like a YouTube Wagyu steak and fried it up myself.
Don't you
Right.
hate those people on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's like you're just wasting money for content.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's content creating.
But that's
yeah,
like
but it's just like
it's like you don't need to buy a fucking they do the comparison there. I bought $1,000 piece of beef and then here's versus a $5 piece of beef. I was like, can you just not? Like,
Yeah.
It's everything has to be taken to its like logical conclusion. Like the absolute most and the absolute worst is like the most entertaining. Like I got my haircut at the worst rated barber in New York.
Oh,
Let's see what
yeah.
happened. You know what I mean? Like
And
that kind
yes.
of shit.
I
and
hear
then at
ya.
the end of it, he goes, "Why does my hair suck?" It was like, you went to a 1-star barber, you idiot.
So you watched it. He got you.
There's that guy that did those YouTube videos. Like he reviewed things, like the worst reviewed things.
Yeah,
like,
1-star reviews. And it was
but no, there's some
stupid.
Canadian dude, right? Like he had like a whole channel of it. But he used to like go stay at the worst rated hotel, eat the worst sandwich at this spot. I was talking to David the other day. We were talking about the Bakersfield Motel. Remember that?
Yeah. Right across the street from the Mint.
Right across the street from the Mint. Have you ever seen that, Marcos?
I think so.
It's
scary
It's
looking.
just the scariest fucking motel, dude. Like
That whole area is scary.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
what would it take for you to just film a video in that hotel, like that for a night? Like,
If you told me it was gonna for sure get like millions of views,
Which you probably wouldn't.
and I was like,
it
you're gonna get
would probably be like
yeah.
500.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna get millions of views and thousands of dollars from this.
Yeah.
Then I might do it.
I don't know if it's like you can walk in and get a room for the night.
Do you think so?
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's like.
I think
that.
it's one of those where you need to be here for 5 days or more type place.
It just
or-
feels like everyone that's there is just there, and the
Yeah.
guy who's behind.
Yeah, no one
There's not
pays
even a
rent.
counter.
No, dude. Well, there was one time Shay Freeman, a comedian from LA, came and did one of our shows here, and he booked a hotel, and I was like, "Oh, dude, where are you staying?" He's like, "Oh, I'm staying at the Bakersfield Hotel."
And that's where he went.
No. So I was like,
Oh.
the because there's a motel in the hotel, and I was
Okay.
like, where? Oh, okay. It's the one right off of White Lane, next to the Denny's off the freeway. It's just like those
Oh,
like
Village Inn, like type of
one
shit?
one of those like just like refurb. Just like it was gross, dude. I'm like, dude, you should have asked someone about.
Yeah.
like what-
Ask next time on
like
good
where to
place
stay, dude.
Yeah, no
Like-
shit.
Like at this fucking shitty ass motels where the fucking
The only
human traffickers stay.
I don't think there's any other nice hotel in downtown Bakersfield other than the Padre.
Well, I mean that. What's the one right next to the Mechanics Bank?
Yeah, that one's the
Oh,
courtyard.
the courtyard and the Best
Yeah.
Western right there.
I mean that one's
Yeah.
like not nice, but it's whatever.
Dude, already? You just sat down.
Oh, I have to
No
go.
way.
Hold on.
What
No
was that
way.
sound?
No way. He's I gotta go take a shit. For real?
Wow, dude.
You know what's fucked up, dude? I feel like everyone who's a part of this podcast waits until they get to my house to take their shit for the day.
Yeah, they're like,
That's what gets super fucking annoying.
and you could do the math on the amount of toilet paper you're saving. By
Exactly.
Waiting to come to your crib.
That's like all I feel like. It's every single podcast. It's Julian, Anthony, and Nathaniel all of a sudden have to take a shit as soon as they get
You
here.
made it through that much of a coffee.
Yeah. This is what happens when you lose your gallbladder, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
it just slides right out.
Yeah, it's just slippery. Anthony needs to change his diet habits because somehow,
I thought he did.
dude, what kind of coffee is that?
All right.
Let's read what he got.
All right.
Does anything?
Grande ice apple crisp macchiato, extra ice. That's the weirdest part.
Extra
ice. Give me less of what I'm paying for, please. Blonde espresso triple. So he got the extra shot, but he did get the Grande LC apple crisp.
What the fuck's LC Apple?
I don't know if it's iced apple crisp, something apple crisp, something lame, something a woman should be getting
Yeah.
with probably 120 grams of sugar. But maybe the extra ice, he's like, hey, I'm not getting a full.
He's all the water's actually
Yeah.
combating the sugar in
Yeah.
there.
I'm just hydrating. Do you want a sparkling water?
I'm good. Me and sparkling water are nemesis.
Whose is this?
That's Anthony's fake. That's a refill bottle. Don't let him
Okay.
fool you.
I was gonna say.
Don't let him fool
It's a
you.
great brand of water.
Yeah. Are you still on your keto shit?
Yeah, I do most of the time low carb. Just try
not
to do
not
like.
keto, but like you're like I'm focusing on I'm watching what I eat now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put a brand name on it, but it is nice how popular keto is because there's like way more options for shit,
Dude,
like
what-
everywhere.
I remember I tried it for like a week and I was like, all right, I can't find anything to eat.
I mean,
This was before everyone came out with like keto chips and
yeah,
keto
but all
bars.
those all fuck you up, dude. Like you should just like,
Not eat that shit.
yeah, just not eat that shit. Like, cause I mean, really, it comes down to like eat meat, eat vegetables.
Every time, dude.
is it about my diet? You guys talking about my diet?
Talking about my diet. We never even brought your diet up.
Yeah.
And we definitely didn't read your Starbucks order on the little sticker on the side.
Yeah.
Will you tell us what you got?
I thought you read it.
I did, but will you say it how you said it to the worker?
Oh no, I said I ordered it online.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that's how you put all the lame shit and
Yeah, well, I
It was
just
all
got extra ice,
ice.
extra ice, and another shot of espresso, so I could be up and at 'em for this podcast. But all it did was make the shit come out.
What's
So-
fucked up is
so
like I
sorry.
feel like you. Can
I didn't do
feel-
it on purpose. I didn't, dude.
No.
I'm telling you, ever since I lost my gallbladder, my stomach has changed, and I'm not purposely leaving the house thinking, oh man, I can't wait to go shit at Marcos's. I'd rather shit at my house. I don't want to shit here, but because it's here and I have to, I'm gonna use it. Sorry, but when you're at my place and you need to shit, I'll let you.
I hold my shits. I ain't shit once at David's house nor your place.
oh, like a man.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds like you're
Hold it.
homophobic. You're like, oh, I don't want him to see my asshole in the bathroom. They're recording me or
There is a
something.
GoPro in the toilet bowl.
That's what I feel like. Out of all people, I feel like David would have a GoPro in his fucking
Yeah.
toilet.
That's true.
And it's not even for like anything like sexual. It's just because he wants to have that evidence of your butthole.
Yeah,
So if
it's
you
just a
ever
file.
turn on him,
It's just a file of you guys.
yeah, he'll turn and he'll be like, you know what, this dude fucked me over, so I'm gonna show your butthole to the
That was
entire
a quick.
world.
That was a quick poop. I'll give you that.
Oh, I had to get back to the over here. You know.
It wasn't like a regular. That's not.
No, it wasn't a regular. I'm gonna scroll. I didn't even whip out my phone. It was you ever
Damn.
do one of those where you're just like, I just got to get it out and then go. Like,
Utilitarian shit.
yeah, just thinking about the greater good.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Well, that's totalitarian.
Pre
but-
1995 shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what else am I gonna do in here?
I feel like what happened though is like there was this shit right before we hit record. You told yourself I could wait until the end of the podcast, but you know your bowel movement's better than that. You should have known. You should have said something before you got up.
Okay, but it's because we started like we didn't say like, all right, we're gonna start now. Usually I'm like, all right, let me go to the bathroom, but it was like, fuck, we started it, and I felt it in my stomach. Like I was like, I think I have to go, but I was like, I'll just set it aside. I'll leave.
Yeah, but you could have been like, "Hey, I got to shit. Let's just pause real quick."
But
'Cause it's 2
I
seconds
I
in.
wasn't sure. It's just been 10 minutes since. Sure. The Aki. Have you seen that, David?
Yes, I fucking hate that guy. Fucking dude.
Sure.
Don't forget the Bev.
Never. Fucking hate that shit, dude.
Why do you hate it? That's so catchy, dude. Like, I think we've already talked about this, or maybe it
Maybe
was you
not.
like.
We brought this guy up.
But because you're like, I would hate to have that be me, where people are like, "Hey,
Yes,
do that thing."
That's your
right?
thing.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you imagine? That's how you pay your bills now. If
Dude,
you
I don't know, dude. I love the voices you do. If you just like became famous off those voices, I'm like, David,
That
can you
would
just-
Oh, whipping the hell kid.
Dude, it's funny watching his like most recent ones though, because sometimes he's just not feeling it for the day, but he's got to do the Aki way at least once per day now. So he's like, we're doing Pop Tarts and mozzarella cheese stick. Okay, sure, buddy, come.
My favorite one was the one he did with Whoa Vicky and that other bitch. And then she dropped the Pop-Tart and then she gave him a honey bun. And he goes, sure. And then she's making the shit and he goes, don't forget the peppers. And she does it and he goes, it's not enough peppers.
he's like,
Like he
a little
breaks
more cheese. He's like, a
character.
little more cheese.
He's
Yeah,
all
go
more
put a
cheese, more
in there.
cheese.
Whoa, Vicky, I haven't heard that one for a while.
Dude, that chick is... I don't miss that era of
Content.
social media.
Remember the Bunk gang that do with the
Bunk gang.
tattoos
Oh, that
that
gang
just
shit.
goes to steal shit, just like go like cause trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And then people were just emulating it because they thought it was funny.
yeah, like
Yeah, now people are
Famous.
doing it in malls and they don't get arrested anymore.
Yeah, and they're just like, we might as well take the stuff while we're at it. Let's not just make a mess.
Yeah.
No, do you remember the milk challenge? Like the where people would go to the store and like get the
Throw a
milk.
gallon.
Yeah,
Throw it.
And act
The
like
m-
they fell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was working at Target when that was going on, dude.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
What?
One time this dude came in and just fell, and my older coworker that didn't know what was happening, he's like, "Hey, someone just slipped and fell in the milk."
And you're
I
like,
was like,
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we got milk challenged.
You start looking around for the camera guys.
So I'm gonna fuck one of them up.
That shit's did you guys see the guy who got shot doing a prank recently?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he was in a mall and there was like a delivery driver, like some guy went into the mall to go grab something for like DoorDash or something, I think. And then the prank was he had like a really weird recording on his phone and he was like just holding it up to the guy's face and just kept playing the recording over and over, like some like you're in a dream type shit. And then the guy was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Blah 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 blah. And then the guy just like really quickly pulled out a gun and shot him in the stomach in the mall.
I know what you're talking about.
And a jury acquitted him too. They're like, "Yeah, that was self-defense." So
yeah, they're like, I've been annoyed before.
the only charge is now just like firing a firearm in like a building or something.
In public, right? Or
It's not anything to do with hurting.
Yeah, nothing to do with like.
They probably got him on like
manslaughter.
something even smaller. It was like brandishing a firearm.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They're like, you were a little loud. in
Actually, you parked on the white line outside. We'll just give you a
there.
ticket.
I made a piece, but that's fucking crazy. But a lot of people in the comments were like, "Dude, finally, like,
Yeah.
this shit has been like escalating."
You know what guy pisses me off? Is the one that does the stupid shit. Unano? Like he goes into.
Oh yeah, and he gets like the one thing I saw that he did was funny recently was he'll get like a badass like Instagram model, and then he'll just walk by people like while holding her hand, and he knows that they're gonna turn around and look.
Yeah.
So right when they turn around and look, he holds up like an umbrella. He's like, "No, no, no, no."
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. But his little signature thing,
Yeah. Chupapi Munano?
I fucking
That's
hate
like that because that's the
shit.
same thing we're going, but like sure, like that catchphrase. I'm like, dude, I hate hearing that because that's just you. The premise is be annoying,
Be a goofy little I
and
know.
that's why, and that's because I know you and Nathaniel talked about this recently. Like that's why I get kind of annoyed when Nathaniel does shit to cashiers because it's in the same realm for me. It's like just move on, like fuck with me and you right now. That is the same, like DoorDash driver, just let the DoorDash driver go. You know, it's
Yeah.
almost like he's on the clock, whatever. But
I'm torn on that though because
yeah, I know you are. Let's talk about it. Let's argue about it because I know you have an opinion on it, and I
Well,
totally disagree.
because my opinion is just like, okay, so the way you see it is like, can't every day of my life just be the same, please? Please don't put any kind of spice or anything interesting in it. Just let me be miserable in my Nissan Altima and drive to the next piece of shit who got $20 worth of Taco Bell. Can you please not try to make me crack a smile? You know what I mean? Unless you're being mean to the guy or whatever, it's a whole other thing. But I haven't seen Nathaniel do that. He just tries to be a goofball and tries to be funny.
Wait, was Nathaniel fucking with the DoorDash driver?
I think it's just an
no,
example.
no, it's just an example.
From like when he was fucking with that guy from Starbucks that you guys are telling me about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or so there you go. Like, can I please just get to the next annoying person who's gonna get an annoying gay drink with extra ice? Please don't make jokes. It's like, bro, how miserable you got to be here for 8 hours, right? We're not gonna make it go faster or slower.
But I think my thing is like, what makes you think that you're so special that you get to entertain me right now? It's
because
like
I'm anything above. Can you do it the upside down with the drizzle?
oh, so because you are just better than someone that
I'm not
is
better.
But because you're not a Karen, you are automatically okay with just fucking with the cashier.
Well, I did a Karen voice, but I'm just saying, like, why would it be better if your day was just order after order after order after order and like spiced with the average annoying Karen or whatever? It's like, why is a little bit of entertainment so bad?
It's not a little bit of entertainment. It's
I just think I put myself in their shoes, and I've been in their shoes. I worked at a grocery store. I've worked at car washes. I've been a server. I've been there.
mm-hmm.
The most memorable ones were the ones that were like down to like I could go back. Every time I went to their table, we were kind of cracking jokes. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go check out my other tables, but you guys are dope. I love that. It made my day so much better. And so it's like, I don't know.
But I think that's because you're a comic now.
Maybe.
And it's like you have that sense of humor, and because Nathaniel has that sense of humor, and we all have that sense of humor. But I think part of the thing is not even that it's let them do their job, let them do this. Is just that everyone's doing their own thing. So that's why it's like, why am I going to entertain someone who's not paying to be entertained right now? It's like, why am I going to bother to make them feel special when it's like I don't even care to make them feel special, you know?
Yeah, because I think the tendency that you might have, and you know, us as people that entertain people like that for money or not, whatever, you know what I mean? That used to just be called you know, being fun.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily I'm entertaining you for $0. It's like, hey, I'm having a fun part of my day, and you're included in it, right?
Yeah,
right this
yeah.
second.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And again, this all changes if the joke is on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Which can happen pretty quickly because like, you know,
Yeah.
they're just working or whatever. So I mean, it's a case by case basis, but I don't think it should be like just give me my drink. I won't even look at you in the eyes. I'm so sorry to be here. It's like that just.
That's because that's not even how I am, you know. And I think because Marcos is with me a lot when I'm out and I'm talking, and because I do a lot of the same thing, you know. I think it's just the line of what do you think is annoying to them or not.
Yeah.
And I think that's all it is because I'm fun and I feel like I do the same thing when I'm out and getting a coffee, extra ice, extra shot, you know, extra drizzle of apple crisp. But you know, sometimes it's fun to be silly and be like that. But when I'm with I think part of it too is like it's almost like it's your little brother.
Yeah.
And your little brother is just like you just want your little brother to be like, you know, just don't annoy this person right now, little bro. Like let's just like, and I think part of it is that. But then it's just like he's his own person. He's got to be who's gonna be. You know. And that's part of the fun of Nathaniel is that he'll eat your cherry tomatoes off your plate at Denny's when you're with your girlfriend. You know, it's just like.
Yeah,
and
I feel like he does a lot of weird shit to me sometimes. I'm like, can you not?
Because he knows it annoys you. You know, I feel like he does a lot of things to us because he knows it. He knows it's gonna have us say something to him, and that's the bit. And we all know that because I've done that since I was a little kid. Like you just do something so subtle to get someone to comment on it.
The cherry tomatoes and then the announcing, hey, I think you're done with your mozzarella sticks. Pass them over here.
The whole like hand job to completion thing was kind of gay.
What was that?
When he gives you a hand job to completion, it's just like, come on, dude. You know?
No, I'm not done.
No, because I don't know, dude. It's just the fun dynamic of having Nathaniel around. Yeah. And you're gonna be a roommate with him soon, dude.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the idea, dude. That's why I talked about it last night on stage. I was like, it's not gonna be a fucking sleepover.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm to myself, very much to myself. That's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be interesting because we're gonna work together and live together.
That, man.
Yeah.
It's like college kids.
But he's gonna be like in a different part where I'm at. But I think at work we're gonna have very, whatchamacallit?
Minimal interactions?
No, we're gonna have a lot of interactions because
really?
of the position I got moved to. I got moved to making salads. I was gonna be
salad guy.
Be the salad and dessert maker pretty much.
One day?
And I cannot wait for Nathaniel to come and be like, hey, I need 45 salads for this. I'm like, you motherfucker.
He's a server?
Yeah. He's gonna be a server.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's fucked up is like they told me straight, I was like, we don't have a position for you right now.
They said that to you?
Yeah. I was like, we don't have a position for you right now at our current restaurant, but our new restaurant we do. And I was like, all right, then I'm wasting my time here. Literally stood and did nothing for 6 hours.
Damn. But moving in, that's gonna be big. You've had roommates though. You have one now.
I have one technically, but he's very just to himself.
Barely.
Yeah, barely here. Which is fun because I have literally Sunday night, I have Sunday to Tuesday by myself, nobody, which is fun.
That's dope.
It's nice having that time, but then living with some people full time is like gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to live with anyone.
Like Dave's gonna be like, just don't do it. He just starts going up.
Don't.
Like, really, just don't do it. You're making a huge mistake. Mark goes, run away.
Well, my experience is, you know, I have a very small data set to go off of, but I've learned don't do it with anyone that you want to like love forever.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that. I was like,
you
dude,
know what I mean? And not saying that that's
who did you room with before and how did it go?
My best friend back in the day.
back in the day,
yeah. And
I ain't talked to him since the day I left.
Yeah. So what happened? So how old were you guys? Like, what was it, a studio? Like, how big was the place? What's up?
I moved out when I was 19.
Okay.
I moved about an hour away from home.
Mm-hmm.
Got a job. At his job, we're both servers. So,
It's like,
but I never saw I saw him on my way because it was like a 24-hour establishment. It was a casino.
Like
Denny's.
It was a casino.
Denny's at Tachi Palace.
Yeah. But we would literally like wave to each other on the way. Like we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
completely different shifts.
Yeah.
So that little period was fine. But then we moved back to our hotel and got a nicer place.
Uh-huh.
And we got different jobs and shit. And that was, I mean, I did it for a long time. I had a great time. And it was until I moved to Bakersfield, actually.
So how many years do you think?
I moved back when I was probably still 19, and then I moved here when I was 22. So a few years.
Or 2-3 years.
Yeah. So it was a good run.
Yeah, and those are those
Formative.
years exactly when you're kind of learning how to be an adult,
Yep,
and we
definitely.
were talking about that recently. Just kind of like certain things you just learn by having experiences as in
Yep.
your 20s.
Exactly. And like the phrase like it's not going to be a sleepover every night is a great way to put it.
Mhm.
Because like that's what you feel going into it. It's like
Yeah.
this is going to be fucking awesome. But then real life happens. You know what I mean? And-
You're arguing with your girl one day, or work sucked, or
or you
this
just
or that.
come home and you
like,
don't want to deal with someone
Yeah.
else's bullshit.
Well, my
Yeah.
thing I worry about is because me and my girl hang out, like that's our time me and her interactions is like at home,
mhm.
and now it's like we don't have that independence no more, or it's gonna be like now we're confined to a single room
Yeah.
instead of like I could be in here, she could be in there, or like vice versa or whatever.
Then you're not hanging out. She's over there, and you're over
But
here.
like being in the same like facilities, pretty much.
Well,
same place.
then I feel like you're just gonna go spend time at her place now.
Well, not really, because she has a roommate that she doesn't really like hang out with or fuck with, and she's confined to her space.
Oh, really?
So now it's like, whose space are we going to be confined to now?
But you guys are going to have a pretty big common area.
Yeah, that's the only thing is like sharing common areas, dude. I always like had a hard time with it
Yeah.
because I'm very much like if I'm watching something on TV, almost like don't say anything. Like just don't be bitching about what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
feel
there's
that.
no need for you to watch it with me. 'Cause, like you're in here because you want to be in here, type of shit. Like I get weird about that because I remember like living at home, I never got to hang I just never hung out in the living room because I was just like where my dad would be at or like his girlfriend would be at and shit. So I'm like I don't want to hang out with nobody right now, so I'll just go stay in my place. So that's how I was like.
That's how it feels at my sister's house right now because there's 3 generations of family living there,
That's so crazy.
and there's nowhere to be. I have to like just there's 2 showers in the whole place, and all upstairs I share with 3 guys. So it's like if I have to shower, and then they're in high school, so my nephews are all jacking off and taking
yeah.
hour-long showers, and it's like it's so annoying.
Do they
It's-
share a room?
No, they all have their own rooms. But it's just so annoying because when I have to go shower, they just leave the water on forever. And I'm like, I know what you're fucking doing in there. It's like I there's no way you're that dirty that you're just showering for a fucking hour.
You should have pulled some Oakdale shit and go, hey,
Honestly,
fucking stop jacking off.
Yeah.
It's weird because my nephews, I used to be close with them, but the relationship I've had with them is kind of like in and out. Like
Right
sometimes
now?
I'll be in their life because I'm like close and I'm just with my family, or others I'm just going off with school or comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the point where I'm seeing them a lot more. So I'm igniting the relationship I had with them during the pandemic, where I was seeing them a lot. And it's just like now they're juniors, like they're one of them in college, 2 of them are in college, one's a junior in high school now. They're not like little, so I feel like do I just because I knew them when they were little, do I just make jack off jokes now or what? Like when do you start doing
Yeah.
that?
You
It's
talk
just
to him-
weird.
you
Like
literally talk to him like a man at points.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
that's sometimes I remember in like it being in high school, it was like being talked to by someone who like you knew your whole life, and they still talk to you like a kid. It's like, can you just talk to me like I'm a fucking man? Like,
And you just really appreciate the people that do talk to you like a man.
yeah.
You like will be more likely to come to those people, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
And especially
it's-
as a junior in high school.
yeah, it's welcoming like a comfort to it. It's like, oh, you get what this is instead of being like weird about it. Like, I noticed you're taking long showers. Like, hey, doc, do me a favor, just turn the fan on and jerk off. Don't
Yeah.
turn the water on.
Toilet paper works just as well
Yeah.
as 60 gallons of water.
no, dude, it's like
I'm not jacking off. I'm taking a long shit. I remember I used to say that one.
Like, don't
no,
make
motherfucker, you're jacking off, dude.
I'm just taking a long shit.
the oldest trick in the book.
My fucking stepdad's all, nah, okay, yeah, a long shit.
All right, let me go check the toilet. It's one little poop like that.
Don't make me go check the fucking shower drain. Pull the hair out, fucking all clumped together.
You pull out a kid. It's like, oh, really?
6
Jacking off?
generations of sperm.
It's I don't, because you're right, because I think when I'm remembering when I was like growing up, when you're like going from high school to like adulthood,
Yeah.
you do kind of respect the people who not like that respect you more as like, oh, you're grown up now, like
Yeah.
let me cuss at you now, I'll be with you real, instead of being like, what's up mijo, or what's up bud,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. It's like
Because they'll just
Fuck
file
off,
you
dude.
away as like,
An elder.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah,
as opposed to like, oh, you were
You're
just here.
Yeah, no, and then that makes sense because my nephew the other day, I drop him off at both of them. I drop him off at school. He's in high school, but
Motherfucker
I feel
got
like
no license.
bro, he's a junior. I know that in California City, there's one road you can drive, but here it's harder. Anyway, but
Excuses.
honestly, I agree. But I'm like, have your
Oh,
license
I
started,
can't
guys.
teach you how to drive, bitch. Driving school. The fuck? That's who taught me how to drive. You think my dad put me in the truck?
I felt like we were connecting the other day because my nephew I pick him up from school, and the whole time, every time he gets in, he's just like, hey. I'm like, hey, and that's it. We just kind of drive. The other day, he got in my car. He's like, oh, Anthony, you're never going to believe it. My teacher got caught with child porn today.
You're like, let's unpack
Does
this.
he go to
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
Does he go to Liberty?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
He goes to Independence. Yeah.
That was his teacher?
Yeah.
No way.
God.
The one jacking off in class?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's watching child porn, and I was like, "Oh, fool, you're bonding with me now." I'm like, he feels like connected with me to share this
He's like,
information.
yo, Anthony, I sent him the child porn.
It was me, dog.
It was me fucking my girl, dude. It was weird.
I looked fine as hell.
Paid me $500 for
He's
it.
wearing a Spider-Man suit, dog. Yeah.
Oh,
No, then today he just gets in the car. He's like, "Man, I had a crazy dream about my teacher," and I was like, "Oh,
So the one jerking off in class,
Yeah.
faggot? Fucking homo.
No, and then the other one's that he's a freshman in college, and whatever. But I feel like they're at that age where they think Drake is gay. They think like mainstream music is lame and shit. So I was like, hey, so what'd
Good
you
for
think? What'd you think of Travis Scott and Drake? And he's like, oh, they're gay. I'm like, all right.
good for them
Cool.
though. That's
Yeah.
good.
Who the fuck do they listen to?
That's what he should be asking them.
They were listening to that a couple years ago, and now they're not. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I
No,
wonder-
that's for babies. Like,
Yeah.
shut up, dude. Y'all listen to Bad Bunny or something, huh?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what pushes fucking the next round. Like,
yeah,
these were the guys that were cool when I was their age.
100%.
And
This
now
I was
they're superstars,
exactly.
and now there's new superstars being created all the time. I think that's the beautiful part of it all. You know,
It is cool, but there's that little bit of oldness where like, oh fuck, god damn it, like you're like, oh, you don't like
Oh,
Drake,
yeah.
but I think definitely I'm that, like mentally when you sit and think, it's like, yeah, I don't care, like let them have their new whatever, but totally see it, because like 10 years ago when I was in college, it was Young Thug, Future, Drake and shit. Now those guys are making shit, but it's kind of like towards the end of it, I feel like, and now there's more like
Especially Drake's new album.
That's
That's rough.
Jake just had
that
a
Gucci song is
That
good.
Gucci song good, but that's just about it.
that late night with my bitch song is pretty. I like that one.
Which one's that? Is that the Lil Yachty one? No,
Yeah, it is.
I love
Another
that
late
one.
night with my bitch.
That one's a
Whatever.
good one. That one's a good one.
I like that song.
There's probably like 2 or 3 good songs on there, but I'm like, man, the rest are like,
He's had too long of a good fucking run, bro. I'm tired of Drake. I was too. Dude,
It's been long enough.
I was younger than this
09,
fool.
dude.
Yeah, exactly.
09.
It's like, okay, we get it, bro.
We get it. You're the best.
Okay,
You're the
retire
best.
now, please.
he just tied Michael Jackson for like #1 all hits, so it feels like you
That's
did
a
it,
whole
dog.
nother world, though. Because
Honestly, dude,
Music's
like
different.
that's
the
like
fact that streams at all count as record sales is so stupid.
true. That doesn't count.
That
Yeah,
is so
yeah,
Wait, they count as record sales?
Yeah.
Eventually, like a certain amount of
No
plays
way.
equals a record sale or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
Stupid.
insane.
Before it used to be people go buy
You have
that
to buy
album.
it.
Drive to fucking
Exactly.
wherever.
Drive to fucking FYE,
Yeah.
right? Get the album.
Rasputin,
Yeah.
Amoeba, and fucking grab the jewel out of
Mhm.
all the other shit that's there. Go to the register and buy it with money. That's a fucking record sale.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember buying shit off of iTunes. That was our thing.
Like one
And-
song at a time.
No, I remember.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah,
too.
people have done that. I remember doing the. I wouldn't buy the single because I knew the album was coming with the single
Oh,
already.
yeah.
So I saved money that way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just buy the whole album, and you get like, I forget they price it at a certain way that you get like 2 songs for free because they're all were 99 cents each. So I'd get like 1 for free or 2 for free or whatever.
Bro,
There's what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I've been a pirater since day one, bro.
Right.
I've just been fucking. I never was down to pay for. Dude, once I got a feel of the internet, game over. Bro. Free media for life.
When I first got my first like smartphone, I remember doing MP3 to YouTube to
YouTube,
MP3
Yeah,
conversions.
dude, I have
People
5
still
of
do
those
that.
songs on my phone now. Like
Yeah.
that were those
That's still
conversions.
popular.
Yeah.
Because I did that for a while. I did that for a while when I learned how to do that shit, and I didn't know it was literally just a website you go to and you just
Punch in the
download
URL.
it. Yeah,
Now, dude, it's like now that I think of it, how much money am I wasting? I've had Apple Music since 2016, paying $10 a month.
To me,
it's
it's
dude.
always worth it.
Spotify is the only subscription I pay for.
Spotify's
Yep.
So
And I
Spotify's the
still
only
torrent
one.
music. I still illegally download music, but I still keep Spotify because it's just so convenient.
yeah, 100%.
And that's the sign of a great product.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
All the other shits, you guys suck. Like the fact that I'm doing that with all the TV shows I watch, all the movies I watch, is because they haven't made a perfect solution yet. Netflix was on the way, but now that everyone has one and all of the content's become segmented again,
Yeah.
we're basically back to cable,
Yeah,
and it sucks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
So it's like
because
fuck
you need to have
guys.
certain channels to watch these.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's like now that it's back to that. Fuck you. You're not
yeah,
gonna
it's just
consider
all
it.
different entities now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Streaming
but it's the same
only-
system. Yeah,
That's what gets scary is like, dude, they had it down to where it's like you just go to Netflix and had thousands and thousands of things on there.
Yep.
And now it feels like,
Neutered.
yeah, it feels that's how even like YouTube feels. Me and you talked about it back when YouTube used to be
Oh my
it's
God.
it's almost like
rabbit holes.
it's almost like if you went to Target and they only sold Target brand stuff and didn't sell
Yeah,
any other
yeah,
brand
Exactly, dude.
stuff, and you want other stuff.
Totally. And I feel like the fucking, especially like the recommendations, like the stuff you get in their algorithm. My theory for a long time is that they have like cheaper artists on their roster or something, or Spotify backed or something. And
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
because I fucking get the same recommendations over
Wait,
and
for
over.
Spotify or Netflix? Sorry.
Spotify.
Oh, Spotify. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if Netflix is doing it with Netflix originals, why wouldn't Spotify be doing the same shit with
Yeah.
music? And I hate feeling like something has been like, oh, this is my new thing that I like. It was given to me by a fucking algorithm. I fucking
Yeah.
hate
That's
that shit.
my favorite
Dude,
thing.
I this motherfucker uses
My favorite
virtual
thing.
DJ in
I
the car
use-
everywhere. I'm
I
like,
use the DJ.
stop, dude.
And I on purpose I listen to it and I'm like, cool, like this because it's just shit I have saved already.
yeah.
And I'm like, this is just what I would play. But then they'll get to like, all right, Marcos. He's that black ass voice.
Up
All right,
next.
Marcos. Yeah. Up next, we have some of our Spotify artists' new edition picks for you. And then as
think
soon as
you're
they
gonna
play,
love this.
yeah, we think you go. I wish they did have that because that's what I miss listening to the radio about sometimes. Is like
Yeah.
the stupid DJ shit. But like, dude, they go to like, this is our artist, our new artist. We think you're gonna love it. Here's some of whatever the fuck their
Yeah.
stupid name is, and I immediately hit skip their entire section.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen. Don't try to filter in new people for me to listen to. It's like, let me find it on my own type of shit.
Yeah. I don't have the virtual, like, I hate those like automatic playlists that it makes.
Discover
I'm s-
Weekly.
I'm still to this day, like, I just go pick the songs that I want to hear right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just go to the it's a lot more time consuming and annoying, to be honest.
But it's more
It's what I want. I don't want to be listed. I'll listen to the same song 4 times over. Like, I don't give a fuck.
it's
Like,
more rewarding when you find something. That's just me though.
no, I totally feel that feeling.
To
Like, I don't
me-
like that shit picking stuff for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Here,
like,
to me, it's only convenient when you're trying to get into a new genre of music that you have no idea about, but you know you like one band or some shit like that, or one person in that genre. That's where it helps. Where it's
yeah.
like, here,
100%.
if you like this,
yeah.
and you might like this person,
Agreed.
like this person. Like that's how I end up finding like
Agreed.
a bunch of
Yeah,
bands.
yeah.
Dude, I found French music that like French pop music that I like because of that shit.
Yeah.
Where it helps you
Yeah,
get
that's
into
pretty cool.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing where I'm like, it's beneficial that way. But like the whole like, I don't need to find new rappers that I like. It's like just
Yeah.
keep
fuck.
cycling Little Yachty through
The best thing that Spotify does with that, you're Apple Music.
Spotify.
Okay. The best thing they have for that is they have a section. If you go to an artist page, it says playlists found on. Like this artist is found on these playlists, and then going through those playlists, you can find like because that's curated by people a lot of the time.
Right.
And like that's fair, but I just hate the fucking like letting the algorithm play and be like, oh, I like this now. Makes me feel like a fucking NPC.
100%.
The one I like is like I don't go to like this is Drake.
Oh
I
yeah.
would go to like Drake Radio instead.
Okay.
Because then it goes like this is Drake, and then it'll be like some Drake songs in the front, and then a bunch of shit in the back. But you go to Drake Radio, then it's like Drake's music and some people who's like similar, like who everyone else is also listening to.
I'm so gay. I'll go to the artist page, and if it's over a certain amount of monthly listeners, I'm like, nah. It's
You're one
already,
of those that you don't like mainstream shit.
already been tapped.
Yeah,
Fuck you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love, bro. The best thing ever is a fire ass track with like 500 plays on YouTube. I'm like, oh my god, dude! I will forgive so much terrible shit if it's just dope and under 1,000 views. I'm like, this is it. And if it came out within the last month or two, oh my god, bro, that's my shit.
It's all you are failing, and I love it.
No, dude, it's just like, oh man, I don't know. I fucking love that shit.
I used to listen to this rapper called 10 Days, and nobody knew who he was. And like his early shit was so good to me, and then he ended up it's like selling out, trying to make like mumble rap shit. And I was like, you're terrible, and still has not been
Whack.
successful.
That's
I
what
feel
he gets.
bad.
That's what he gets.
Cause he came out to LA, and I remember DMing him. I was like, hey dude, like when you come to LA, like let me know. And he told me he was like in LA, and something happened, like something came up. I wasn't able to make his show. But then, like, the next few records after that were, like, so bad. I was like, fuck, dude, your shit's terrible now.
Trash.
What do you guys think about this? Because you're 28,
Yeah.
and I'm 30, and you're 25.
Yeah.
You know, because I talked about this earlier, how Drake, where he's kind of fizzling out, whatever. The young generation thinks he's gay. At what point do I, as a 30-year-old man, do
Stop.
you guys think, yeah?
Science says 30. No, I'm being dead serious. I just read this. Science says, on average, 33, we stop seeking new music.
Oh, really?
At 33, we've listened and discovered all the stuff that we care to have in our catalog in our brain.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah.
But I think with the world that we live in now,
Yeah.
we're getting spoon-fed so much shit that who knows what it's going to be like now.
I just feel weird being that I don't the 40-year-old listening to something that the 20-year-olds are listening to.
That's
but then
super weird.
But then I'm like, fuck it, I'll like whatever I want. But then there's also like, grow up. There's like these conflicting emotions.
Yeah.
You know, do you guys
Yeah.
feel that? Like,
Yeah.
like if I'm 45, do I need to be blasting electronic music while I'm
But
like?
also think about it this way. It's like, I'm fucking 25, but I'll still play the fuck out of Black Sabbath.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's
okay.
like a shit
yeah.
like that where it's
yeah.
like, going back's cool, but going coming to present as like a 50-year-old, you're like, why are you blasting Young Thug like that? Like,
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Dan, why are you going up to fucking
Lil
Lil Wayne? Like,
but Dan's also like, I don't know.
But that's
Yeah, no.
that's almost perfect era for him. though.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now that I think of it, yeah, you're right.
I see what you mean, though.
It's especially because Drake still makes music, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if he's still making
Yeah.
music and I'm
Is
older,
it fair game?
yeah, it's like.
But think about it, like people who listen to Nas back then, they almost don't. They fuck with what he likes. They kind of like he's coming out with new music, and it's like a new sound, so they're getting introduced to like the current sound type of
right, because he's doing songs with like 21
shit.
Savage
Yeah,
and shit.
and he's doing shit with
Yeah.
like ASAP Rocky and like a whole new
Yeah.
producer and shit.
I
Yeah.
think with something as like, I mean, the only time people are going to hear what you're listening to is if you're slapping in your car.
And I don't have
Yeah.
AC, so I drive with the windows down. You know,
Well-
that's the part that sucks. That I'm like, and I like music loud, so I'm
Me
always
too.
like, just be who you are, but also like,
Dude, playing
Don't be
music, playing music in your car, it sounds like this. It's like 24.
Don't you do something for me?
Yeah, because this shit's all blown out. It's like
it's not blown out. You're so stupid. It's
trying to
not.
listen to that fucking Coochie Air Out song. And it's
No, it's good. I gotta tune the. It's all fucking. The coochie sounds good.
dude, the Coochie song.
I think as long as you genuinely enjoy it and you're not, you shouldn't be listening to music for an image, right?
100%. Always.
So as long as
right.
it's like you genuinely behind closed
Enjoyment.
door are enjoying it, that's like the least thing. Like I don't think there's like a cutoff.
Agreed. And I feel like that subconsciously is the answer that I know,
It's
but
just-
it's just kind of like the discourse of it. You know, the discourse.
I
of
feel
it.
the same way though. Like,
Yeah.
If I'll be bumping like the newest of whatever, like newest Travis Scott album.
Mhm.
And then like School just got out, and I'm like, hey
Fiend,
guys,
fiend.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I don't need to try to fit in.
You
with
guys go
these.
ahead.
it's so you okay. So you resonate, you know,
Because
it's,
I don't, yeah. But
but
then,
it, but it's like I like the music. I'm not doing it to look cool, but it's also like I don't. Yeah, it's
But
a
it's-
little insecurity of like all these young kids are like.
but again, that's one of the only times it'll be a public that I'm listening to what I'm listening to.
True.
If I'm walking around the gym and I have my headphones in,
Doesn't matter. 100%.
free, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's all listening to Celine Dion.
yeah, Warren G.
I remember like being told this thing. It was like the music you find and discover and that you really enjoy at 19 years old sticks with you for your rest of your
Oh,
life.
for sure. And that's why these guys are as big as they are. What like A$AP Rocky was that underground, like, ooh, this is some fresh hot shit. Listen to this.
Yeah.
That was that for me. Same with Travis Scott and all these guys.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick Lamar, Section 80 came out. It was like, what?
Yeah.
And now that they're these superstars, it's like, it's cool to hear that there's kids being like, fuck that shit. Let's fucking, dig deep.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good to hear because that's how new shit gets.
And then
Yeah.
that's when kids start playing.
That's how
Yeet.
A$AP Rocky and Future and all these guys are discovered in the first place because
Yep.
the people in the 2000s were getting fizzled out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about like
100%.
Yeet. You ever listen to Yeet?
I've heard of this person, and I feel they're in that new Drake album, but I feel like that's like a new person.
as
that's
soon
coming
as
up.
as soon as they play, I'm like, not for me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
Immediately, I go, not for. And then who's that other guy?
There's
did a
this
lyrical
new rap
lemonade.
that comes around. Like I like Playboi Carti sometimes, but a lot of this there's some like this new rap that's coming out that like my nephews listen to that I
Yeah.
just don't really get to. That I guess
But
that's the new stuff, you
but
know.
that's the
like
new
But yeah,
projection.
there was a little quick period where it was like everything I heard sounded like DaBaby. And I was
Yeah.
like, this fucking sucks,
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
And like I feel like it went quick though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And we got back on track of like
oh,
vibey.
DaBaby's gone, dude. Like
Yeah.
that fool's like I don't think he makes music.
And
Well,
so
I'm
I
sure
was
he does,
like,
but
good bet on my part. Same with like Blueface though. I was like, dude,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that shit came and went like weird.
real quick.
What's weird is like shit that didn't get mainstream, like Shoreline Mafia, but they're huge. it
oh,
feels like.
Jeezy's huge.
Yeah, but like Shoreline Mafia, like that sound is super specific to like that genre that you can't make mainstream almost, which is like super weird.
I think it's weird how big MF Doom blew up like years after the fact.
Yeah,
I don't know what. Like it was like it's like an image thing.
yeah,
man.
I caught a little bit of that wave.
I loved him and shit. He was fire, but it's just crazy how big it got.
Well, I think I fucked with him because like how Tyler Creator fucked with him.
Yeah.
That's when I started fucking with him. I was like, oh, because Tyler Creator rapped over a few of his beats that he had, and I was like, this is pretty sick.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think about? So part of what we're talking about is I feel like when artists, this is more like applicable for comedy. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
these people start off, they start doing well, but they're still hungry and they're still doing these things. Then they're getting hugely successful and they're becoming like a household name, and their lifestyle changes. And a lot of people, I was just reading a conversation about this. It seems like their art suffers because of the success in a way, because you're going to sit here and listen to Kevin Hart talk about, his mansion or something like that. It's like it's almost shooting themselves in the foot by winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like old Jay-Z and shit talking about, growing up in the slums, selling fucking drugs, yada yada, versus I could have bought a house for $2 million and sold it for 23.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who wants to hear that? Who's that for now? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know. I was just thinking about
What's
that earlier
weird
today.
is I feel that phase with comics a lot. As soon as comics hit a certain success point, it's almost like the determination. Because as soon as a comic hits arenas, no one's doing stadiums, really. No one's filling stadiums anymore. And that's like the weird thing is like as soon as comics hit arenas, I'm like, all right, that's your pillar, like your peak almost, and that's where you're done at.
I think that's a bigger scale, smaller scale, and what I suffer from, and what a lot of other comics suffer from, is you get a show and then you stop writing, and then you stop focusing on being a comic, and you focus more on other things than your comedy. And
Oh, you mean like sitcoms and shit, or like
no, I mean just practicing your stand-up. And I think a lot of if you start getting put on shows and you're not writing and you're not making new material, it's just like your art suffers from it because you're so caught up with getting the next booking instead of working on the craft. But maybe it's all part of it.
No, I think you're right, man. And Louis C.K. has said something similar, who is one of the few people I think has only gotten progressively better with all the success being piled on too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gotten better and better and better, it seems like, to me personally. And it's like some people are literally in it for the image.
Yeah.
Starting from square one all the way up to these people that have huge names. They are more concerned about all of that shit, and they don't. It's just a means to the end, the art for them.
Yeah.
And it shows, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But
I hate to be an artist pussy about it, but I'm like, dude, I want to focus more on the comedy art more, and focus more on the funny as opposed to like promoting and booking and. I just had a taste of it for the past year and a half, and I'm kind of burnt out from it. And well, I don't know if Marcus is, but I feel like we kind of all got a taste of it. So it's like, dude, I just want to go back to doing spots and writing material and making a joke work, as opposed to being a guy who produces shows and everyone knows because he produces shows. Oh, let me come.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that, dude.
You
I
know
don't.
how-
I don't want your attention because I produce shows.
You know how nice it was when Nathaniel asked when our next show was? You said nothing. We don't got one.
Yeah, we don't have anything, and
Yeah.
that's the first time all year.
And
we
why did
haven't
that
had-
feel nice? Because you.
Because there's no pressure of like, I have to promote and sell tickets for this show.
Gotcha.
That's where like, I'm cool with booking, promoting. I fucking hate promoting.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm promoting because I just had the experience like working with actual headliners and like promoting them when they're not even promoting themselves. I'm like, I am wasting so much energy and time for this person that is gonna do nothing for my career.
Yeah.
It's like all this person's gonna remember me as like the guy who booked me to go do this club.
Yep.
And it's like, and I fucking worked my ass off to put 75 people here, but they're like, oh no, they came because
My name.
my name. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
partly yes, but also partly is like nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Yep.
And on one of those shows was our September show. It clearly showed because like the comic even went up there. I was like, do you guys even know who I am? And I was like, no, we don't know who you are. It's like, and we sold 80 tickets to that show.
So that was like a pat on your back then. At that point.
At that point, I was like, I promoted so much that 90%, maybe even 85% of the crowd doesn't even know who you are.
Yep.
And that's where I'm like, that's more fun as if I were to do something like that, like as a secret show where it's just our names and then come figure out who else
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
Like that's where it's fun at. But a lot of that shit, I get so tired of promoting bigger comics, and they think, hey, this is a shot in the fucking dark show. Not even a shot in the dark. I don't know what to call it, but like coming to Bakersfield, I felt it. That's what I want to talk to you guys about. I felt it at Roast Battle. Some of these LA comics come in and they look at Bakersfield as not even a secondary market. They look at it as a bottom of the barrel market where it's no need
Yeah.
I'm so fucking famous. I'm gonna be the biggest thing in that city that night. I don't need to promote. And it's like, no, that's not the case. Like, there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much competition for you.
Exactly. It's like there's
There's,
so much.
you know what
shit.
people in the city think is more interesting than comedy? A line dance competition.
Exactly.
Literally.
So go fight for it, bitch.
And they're not in your little clicky fucking world, and you
Of
have
comedy,
zero
there's
weight.
there's real people here that have real problems,
You
and
know-
by that I mean
Exactly.
like
yeah,
like,
for real.
right.
Here's what I felt because on Saturday I went to Brunch Fest as one of the reps for the club.
Uh-huh.
And so many people were like, I didn't even know there was a club here. I didn't know that there was a comedy here.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that shit. They're like, the only comedy we knew is people who go to the Fox, and that's it.
Yeah.
And those are the people who sell.
Yeah.
Those are the people who don't need to promote.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're coming to a comedy club here in Bakersfield. We ain't in Seattle, bitch. We ain't in fucking Sacramento. You gotta promote.
Mhm.
And I felt weird because at the same time, I feel like they look at a lot of our local comics like the same way they would look at Bakersfield. I was like, you guys are bottom of the barrel, like not good.
Yeah.
Because I felt that Saturday
What
at
happened?
the roast battles. Just paying attention and seeing to like what one of the people were saying as the
Say
comics.
it, bitch. Who?
I don't know, because it was what one of them on the judging panel was saying. Shit was like, because they were very much like, I'm Hollywood, this, Hollywood that, and I was like, dude, like, and he was like, wow, I'm very surprised with what Bakersfield has for talent here, and I was like, what do you mean? Why are you surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, funny's funny anywhere. It
Yeah,
does
dog.
not matter.
And I've seen you eat shit on a show, buddy.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
And-
it's like, dude, I can't stand that where I'm like, you looked at Bakersfield like we weren't going to have shit to bring when literally no one from LA won a roast battle except
Yeah.
for one person. That's because they went against the worst fucking person.
Who's not from Bakersfield?
It's not from Bakersfield. I was like, they're
Yeah.
not from here. And the
Yeah.
only person who beat a Bakersfield comic was from Fresno.
Yeah.
So I was like, Central Valley has it, dude. I was like, what makes you think y'all could just come and do nothing? I was like, best battle was fucking when David beat their guy from
Yeah.
in the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even their best battler that they brought
Lost to a guy that's
lost
been
to a guy.
That's the third battle.
No, he's done 8 battles,
Okay.
3 months into stand up. Lost to that guy. I was
Yeah.
like,
Who was that?
Bear lost to
Oh,
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah.
Dude, and I was like, dude, Brendan came out swinging. And as
Yeah.
soon as I said the next joke has to be off the top of your head, I immediately saw on Bear's face. He's like, that's fucking, I already lost.
Wow.
But Brendan was like, fuck it, I'll just come up with something. And he fucking rattled it off.
That's
It was,
fucking
like,
sick.
Perfect.
Good for him, bro.
Perfect. Like, because I have this like, I hate to be the guy that like dies for the city or like reps the city so much, but because I'm born and raised here, you know, I went to college here. I'm not just some piece of shit. Like, I feel like I'm a little, you know, I get so offended by LA fuck faces, like, and like all these outsiders, and that's why I've tried so hard since I started doing stand up to prove that Bakersfield is funnier than people in LA.
Oh,
you know,
by
like,
far.
Bro, dude, I don't even have a horse in the race. This isn't my home city or anything. I'm a fucking new comic. I don't know shit. But, bro, I've been to Comedy Store. I've watched just a bunch of no-names have a good time in there. Hot crowd. You know who's hard to make laugh? Fucking a guy who just got off a fucking 12-hour shift in fucking manual labor who barely wants to be there and just wants to get wasted. You get his attention and make him laugh, fucking, you're funny, dude.
Yeah.
If you get a bunch of fucking hot, pillowy faced 27-year-olds to laugh,
You're giving them coke
bro.
after the show.
Yeah.
Congrats. They saw you on Instagram or something, like, and it's so hard to say it because it's so corny. Like, no, actually, we're cool, not you guys. But it's like, no, dude, it's fucking. You have to fight for it out here, and out there, it's fucking. It feels like a softball. You know what I mean? Not saying there's not funny people out there, obviously, but bro, you come out here, none of that shit matters to these people. In fact, it might even hurt you. And I've seen him eat shit because of it.
Yep.
So fucking.
It's so funny when LA comics come to Bakersfield and they shit on it, and then their whole set is just bombing.
Yeah,
after
congrats, you fucked yourself.
Yeah.
I've learned watching those guys come out and say crazy shit. I was like, no, I don't do that in any city I go to.
What's
Yeah.
that? Talk shit on the city?
Yeah, I do not talk shit.
But
about the
without
city.
being funny, or just like if you just say, because it's like there has to be a punchline. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
It's like it has to be uplifting. You can't just be like Bakersfield meth.
oh, you guys
Right.
fuck each other, right?
And it's like, what the fuck are you
Because that just
saying?
shows how little you get out and know that it's not that anymore, or like it's
Yeah.
just like it's not. You
It's
know,
like we're evolving. It's like
honestly,
we're really evolving.
it's getting woke, not woke here, but it's like, dude, there's like a lot of the businesses opening up, the cool new investments, things, shops, or whatever. It's just like,
Well, just think about it. The guy who remember we went to get tacos with Tyson on Saturday, or was it Friday or Saturday, whatever?
yeah.
We went and got tacos, and then Tyson goes, "Yeah, this guy owns like 2 businesses down in San Clemente and the Huntington Beach."
Yeah.
And he's from Bakersfield.
Mm.
So the guy finally brought his business to Bakersfield. I was like, he's like, dude, people are bringing their businesses here.
Yeah.
What makes you think we're still the fucking hick city that you think we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, just because you drive by and smell cow shit, okay, that's funny, whatever.
Yeah.
We get it. That's the thing to recognize us from. But I don't know, dude. It's
I know. I feel weird too because I'm the same way as you are, Dave. Where it's like I'm not from here, so I don't have a horse in the race.
but your
I
guys'
have-
comedy is built
Yeah.
here.
yeah,
you know,
I have
so-
too much pride where like where I can't. Where I'm like I'm trying to like start up from where it's like I get offended where I'm like, dude, you think we're just a fucking no name place?
It's just arrogance, bro.
Yeah.
It's just arrogance. And you live in this little bubble out there, and I don't know. It's just corny. You
Yeah.
know?
Dude, doing their shows are garbage out there.
No, and people in LA throw these cool shows. Oh yeah, I have this great show. There's a barbecue attached. Oh yeah, everyone there's a comic. There's no real people here. This is a hangout for you to suck each other's dick and just show that you're doing a show.
That's what I'm talking about.
We promote shows for real people to come to at the club,
Yeah.
and we have to fight for their attention.
Yeah.
And everyone else is sucking your dick because you're gonna give them coke and booze
And
after
follow me back.
They follow you back and
Yeah.
be there for your show, and it's all suck dick.
It's all for the image.
And that's a hard part, dude, is like siphoning through who's the goods.
Adam Fink and Alan Peterson.
Yeah, like who's there for the right reasons and who's there for the clout.
Not even right, but the reasons I fuck with. You
Yeah.
can have your reasons.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Go fuck around, but I'm not gonna fuck with you. It's
Yeah.
just I'm not going to.
And don't be shocked when you come out here and that shit doesn't fly and no one gives a fuck
Yeah.
about your fucking any
About
of
how
it.
you're from Hollywood or
Yeah.
this or that.
No one
It's
gives
like,
a fuck, dude.
yeah.
In fact, you should probably just not even mention it.
Dude,
For real.
I've heard comics from LA just say, "Hey, don't say I'm from LA." Just
Perfect.
Yeah, good. Congrats.
Yeah. But I'm curious though. I'm so interested in, is that just the LA scene? Like, is it the same thing? Is there some Bakersfield equivalent to New York City who talks about when New York comics come to their town? You know what I mean? Or is that the LA? Because I mean, LA is Hollywood too. So is that just a byproduct of being next to Hollywood, or is that just a byproduct of being in one of the big 3 cities for comedy? Do you think your shit doesn't stink?
I think it's a byproduct of both. Honestly, I think it's comedy and the fact that it's LA. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, where else could this happen? Austin, New York, LA.
That's about it.
You know, and it's like maybe people in Austin. I mean, there's always going to be that local thing of that city down the road is shitty. Now you're here. You know, there's always going to be that. I feel like, and I think that Bakersfield is just notorious for getting shit on in media. Just
and everything.
So I think that's why it's even more elevated. You know,
Yeah,
it's just like Kevin McCarthy's from here. It's just like all the fucking bullshit we have with Colin Kaepernick, and you know, it's just like the cops.
Fucking Fairy Odd Parents made fun of us.
Yeah.
Like it's just so like
Even
it's just
Nickelodeon, dog.
yeah, that's why, and because the writers, all these people from Hollywood know that Bakersfield is down the road. It's an easy.
Castaway fucking made a joke about us.
Dude, people from LA know Bakersfield as gross.
The butt end of the joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They call Ventura Bakersfield by the sea. You know, it's like it's a joke for all this area. You know, so I think it's because it's LA for sure.
But I can't imagine. I just listened to an interview with Ron White and how he got started, and he was in fucking flyover states for the most part, just bouncing around. Fucking, that's where he got good. And he kind of touched on that too. Is just like you get those people laughing, you're fucking good because they don't give a fuck if you see them laughing or not, and you have to pull it out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like. You want to talk about putting extra weight on the bar. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about this shit.
Yeah.
People that randomly walk into the well and don't know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
And they see fucking some of the people that go up. They're already like, okay, this is cool. You know what I mean? You get that motherfucker laughing, dude, pat on the back. You know what I mean?
It's a great way to look at it.
And it's interesting because, like, I realize the shows that I've been a part of that honestly sell the best are shows with no names on it. And those people are just like, we don't know what we're in for, so let's fucking do it. And that's always
crazy, dude.
fun.
How did the Friday the 13th show sold out and the Secret show sold out?
No names.
Both no names.
Yeah.
No names. So I'm like, it's interesting to see. Is like, but at the same time, I think that's helping get to the club to the caliber where it's like, you never know who's gonna be here
But it'll be a good show.
But it'll be a good show. Plus, we've had big names come through, so now I think that's helped, like, putting a stamp of validation.
Yeah.
Versus, like, I looked at this one place in Minnesota that is a small little club. They've not had one big name come through yet. Where I'm like,
so far.
well, not even that's so far. It's just they're just a small club, and it's hard to get validated people in there.
Yeah.
You know, they follow all the right people. They have the right following. Like, comics that we know follow them and shit like that. So it's like, you guys just have a hard time getting the money right for these people to come here.
Yeah.
So that's where I think helps us. We're like, hey, we're just down the road from LA. You don't have to fucking
We're
fly
down
here
the road.
nothing.
You have to fly here. You can come do a headlining spot and be home in your bed.
And think about like the headliners that loved it out here. Like, dude, like Chappelle Lacey came and he was like, I want to record a special out here. I was like, that's where it's like, yeah, like, because when we pull together a crowd, they're here to have fun. They're ready.
Yeah.
Which is the best part. Like on the Friday show, dude, I felt weird because I was telling Fink, and Fink goes on tour with Gary Owen, and I'm like over here about to tell him, I was like, yo, we're sold out, and I had to remember, I was like, dude, he does 1,500 seats.
Yeah.
But then when he got there, he was like, this is awesome.
That's sick.
Because he's like, this is more of like, it doesn't matter who's here. They're just here to have a good time anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they're not here to see one person. They're here to see all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And both of those examples you gave, the Friday the 13th and the Secret Show, do you think that the theme aspect helps people, like...
A little bit, for sure, yeah.
I think it gets him over the hump, because if it was just Saturday night comedy show...
Come see what happens.
I think that's like, oh, okay, cool. But it's like a cool theme. It's like, oh, okay. Like, oh, I think that's just a little extra oomph to get you in the door. Yeah.
For sure.
The little marketing, just to get them in,
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. I remember someone asked me, I was like, what's so like... Oh, it was Max Mann, because that was his first show he ever did. Absolutely smashed. He goes like, so what like helps? How did the show sell out if no one's on the flyer? I was like, dude, sometimes you hit the right market, you hit the right date.
It was literally the right date, the right price point.
Yep.
Fire poster.
Exactly.
He's like, you get it right.
Very straight to the point. It was just like,
because Max was like, he was like, it's my first show, and I was kind of like upset I wasn't on the flyer. He goes, Max, no one's on the flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's on the flyers, like, and it's still sold.
Yeah.
I was like, let that be like more of like an accomplishment than anything else.
Yeah.
I was like, think about it. You could tell yourself 160 people came and saw you.
Yeah.
It's
Or
like,
you performed in front of a sold out crowd.
exactly. It's like that's more of a credit than anything.
Instead of, oh, I was on the show and then I had a flyer with my name on it. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's what you have to remind people, because I feel like that's maybe important to someone that's
Yeah.
starting out. But it's like, flyers is the least
Fuck
thing,
the
dude.
flyer,
Like,
dude.
it'll go perform, go
Yeah.
do well. You know?
It's like my favorite thing is like we're doing that show on the 28th with El Gordo and Santa Maria.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need to be on that flyer.
Right.
It's like, just let the headliner be on it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth with that because I do want to have a flyer with your name on it so that you'll share it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
Mhm.
people are more likely to do that, but sometimes maybe the names don't help because people are like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Exactly.
Like, and they look you up. They're like, "Oh, it's just some open micer." But then if they see that it's a secret show at this price point, I don't know who's gonna be there. Let's
Yeah.
go check it out.
That's how I feel. I feel because I was talking about it with Flair. I was like, I think names sometimes hurt.
Definitely.
They do.
They
Especially
hurt the
older
show.
crowds, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they're like, nah, dude, fuck that. I don't want to see none of these people.
Yeah,
Who's
we're like,
that?
who's this guy?
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
literally. Like,
I don't
who's
know
this?
you.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, actually.
Yeah. Because they don't know our follow. They don't know who we are, or
Yep.
like
Yeah.
we're so in our little bubble here, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great thing to look at, like thinking about that.
And that's where I'm like, I think it should be more regular.
Yeah.
Not regular, but like
Just the secret
a
show.
little more, a
Yeah.
little more.
Yeah, lineups are cool in
promotability.
LA when you have famous people that you can
Yeah,
take
for
a picture
sure.
of and
And
see.
sprinkle them in there.
But if it's Marcos Alvarez, David May, and Anthony Howdy, technically those are three nobodies. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that no one will know unless you're from Bakersfield.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my favorite
like-
thing when.
And even
even
then,
if
it's
you
like yeah, even it's only
Yeah.
if you've maybe been to the well. Like
Yeah.
my favorite thing is when open micer will come to the club, or not like anybody will come to the club, and it's an open mic, and they go, "Oh, stop clapping before I even got to the microphone." I was like, "Bitch, nobody knows you."
They're not here for you.
Yeah, it's like
dog.
nobody's here for you, and that's when I see dead Tuesdays or Sundays or Thursdays, which aren't really dead, but like when I see dead days, and I'm like, dude, it's like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
And it's like everybody shared the. Always go in my head. I was like, everybody shared the flyer. None of us have a draw. I was like, humble yourself with that.
For
Yeah.
real.
It's like I share the flyer, you can share the flyer. Nobody has a draw.
yeah.
And it's like that's just the reality of it. It's like no one's coming because I'm performing on Tuesday.
Do you know what has a
Nobody.
draw though? The comedy club in Bakersfield. And
Exactly.
unfortunately, that's kind of not fortunately, unfortunately, but it's just like
That's
that. Let go of the ego of it. It's just like people aren't coming to see us; they're coming to a comedy club in the
Exactly.
city that they live at.
To feel it. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why we have to be ready and perform when they're there. You
Yeah.
know.
That's why I get the arguments of like, why aren't the open mics have more people, or why this or that? I'm like, dude, nobody in Bakersfield has a draw. Just think about that. Maybe one comic has a little bit, and that's it. But no one's fucking lining up out the doors to come see me or to come see fucking Max Mann or anybody. Nobody gives a fuck about us.
Yep. Which is kind of liberating in a way too.
It is.
You know.
The same thing with not having a show booked. It's liberating not having any pressure to get good, like, because I think this is the area that for personally I need to be in, is just no pressure, just work.
Yeah.
Just work on your shit, work on your material, and then gigs will pop up.
Yep.
Someone asked me to, what about, have you guys got this? Have you guys been asked to do a clean gig yet?
No.
I don't think anybody
Dude,
knows.
So I got asked to do one, and I had to respectfully decline because I'm like, even I could take the challenge, but I don't want it. It's like I feel like I'm not in the right, like, I don't know, like, what would you guys have done? Would you guys are up for a clean comedy, like do a set? Like,
I'm
Nah.
so worried that I would just fuck up and
I'm worried about nailing a 10-minute set regular. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
dude, now I got to write a whole new thing, do it. I'm just like, fuck.
I wouldn't even worry about it being clean. I'd be worried about like, first of all, why is the show clean? Almost, and like if you're doing it, then like almost like what's the purpose of doing a clean show?
Right. The venue, maybe?
the venue.
It
Yeah.
could be the venue or even like who you're marketing towards,
Mhm.
type of shit. So I'm like, I don't know, like that's always weird to me.
Do you guys, do you think I made the right move by declining it?
You do whatever you want. That's the thing, is like if you're not comfortable doing that already on top of doing another like a 10. So if you're not comfortable doing a 10 already, and you're like, hey, it has to be clean, take all the dirty shit out, then it's like, all right, you're putting me at a loss.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for thinking about me, but this is
That's kind of how I sound. Like, thank you for thinking of me. Honestly, I probably could if I, the
Had
effort,
to.
if I had to. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
But think about the
Ooh.
extra.
But you're not gonna be proud of it. Well, I mean, maybe you would.
I know.
Be,
I think
but you know what I mean.
it'd be like something I wouldn't be like, I'm gonna go be a clean comic now and go do this now. I
Not
think
even that, but just think about the kind of comic you like being. You
Yeah.
enjoy being. So it's like, am I for that?
Yeah.
It could be.
No.
Or I'm not comfortable being that.
Right.
I would say right choice.
Yeah.
Because especially if you think about the audience,
Yeah.
are you gonna give them your best shit, having to come up with that shit on the fly, however far out the show was?
There's that insecurity though. That's like you take everything that's offered to you. That you have to do everything.
I feel
like,
that
you
too.
feel that too. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
sure.
Like, so I think that's part of the guilt.
I could see
have
why
of
you
it,
would
know?
have the turmoil, but I mean,
Yeah.
from my perspective, you made the right choice.
Wish there was a show where they're like, can you just be extra dirty? Like we want you to be. So
Every other word
dirty.
must be a cuss
Or,
word.
like,
or
you got to say cunt, piss,
yeah.
shit on stage,
Cum.
dude.
You actually have to jerk off into the audience.
We have
before
to
you
see your
start.
ass before you start.
Yeah. It's your auditioning for Louis.
There's gonna be a whore on stage with you, and you have to fuck her.
Have you ever fingered someone while performing?
Because we're doing a show, and
Just had this idea.
Has
you know?
a fun twist in it. Okay? Tell me if you're down.
sponsored by Teaser Pleaser, and we're gonna. Can you imagine there was a collab?
Yeah, with Teaser Pleaser and the
Yeah.
Well
The
Comedy
Well
Club.
Comedy
No, dude, they're like
Times.
do comedy while there's a stripper on stage. Like,
Oh my god, it's like
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
it's all, stop throwing money at her. She's already paid.
Wait, was that $1 for me or? Okay, sorry.
It's just, like landed in the middle. I don't know.
So Chipotle, folks.
Dude,
she's got the shits.
You should have seen her in the dressing room. I think like it's fun, not fun, but it's like I think I'm at a point where I'm logically accepting shit. Like I'll take shit. I try not to take, I don't know. I try to see if gigs are worth it now.
Yeah.
Where like certain ones, I'm like, dude, I might as well just work at the club. Like my time, like me going there for the time, like it's not gonna be worth it. That's how I look at some shit.
And you think it's bad?
No, because now I'm like valuing what I have like time wise versus
Valuing what you're worth.
like personal. No, just like personal time versus like one of the shows. Like I can't do that, dude. Like I have some other shit I'm gonna do instead. Like I could just like money wise, I'm losing money doing it, and I know there's gonna be nobody there.
Like, will you turn down a paid backyard show to work at the club?
Depends how much. No. If it's out of town, no. But if it's in Bakersfield, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I don't need to do a backyard show in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at the club every fucking night.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a backyard show. It's like, it's cool if you want to do that. But like, I'm not that comic right now. It's like, I'll go do your backyard show in fucking Santa Barbara. I'll go do your backyard show in Fresno. Like, that's fun to me because that's just, I'm gonna be with some comics I haven't seen in a while. And I get to hang out with them and you're paying me like $50 to do it.
Mm.
So that's where I'll go do it. Like,
So
yeah.
then why is it okay to be a backyard comic out of town but not here?
New networking, I guess.
That's
Because
almost
of
what it is. Is
networking.
like I get to see, like for me, like I'll almost do any gig in Fresno because I enjoy being around that scene.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do the backyard shit. I'll do the shitty bar. I'll do all that shit. I'll even go to Sacramento do the same thing because I know who I'm gonna be there with, and like if I'm doing a show in Sacramento, I'm gonna be with Taylor or I'm gonna be with Colin. And it's like, and those are two people I enjoy hanging out with and being around.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like if it's me, you, and David doing a fucking backyard show here, it's like
Because the
We
reason
could've
I
just
say
been at
is
the
because
club.
we've done that a couple of times this past year. We've done private shows here and there.
yeah.
So are you saying we're not going to do that anymore? Or what do you think? Like,
For me now, it would be like if I'm doing it in Bakersfield, it has to be more than what I would make that night working at the club.
yeah, and it can't just be it's time. I'm going to go do it because it's time.
And yes, and it's because now it's like I'm in a financial hardship. I need to make money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only reason why I'll go out of town is because that's a good opportunity for me to build on
Network.
top of shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Versus out here, there's no opportunity. If you're telling me I get to bring like a 7-10 show, I won't do that again
yeah,
unless you fucking paying everybody over $100 for the show.
yeah.
Then I'm not doing it. And plus, that's my thing too. Is like money has to be right, not just for me, but for all these comics. Because that's how I look at shit. I was like, yeah, you could pay me $300, and then you were like, all right, but split that between all the comics. I was like, but you want me to fill an hour and have to bring 5 comics? I was like, oh, everybody's gonna get about $50, less than 50.
Well,
so it's like,
here's
it's not gonna make sense.
well, because I did this. I did a baptism a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get paid a lot. Like it was not a lot of money. And I took Bobby and Anthony with me to fill an hour.
Right.
You know. And because we shared the money, I ended up really just not making. We were all just like walked away with a few bucks, you know. But I'm like, I thought the experience was fun. It was fun to go do. Would I do it again? Yes, only if you were with me. I don't think I would go because I think you and we could make $100. Or sorry, I should have parsed into that. But we could probably make over 100. You know,
Dude,
each.
you only did it for $100.
Shut up.
Oh,
we could make more money, you know.
Dude, he asked you last minute too. I would have fucking not hustled him, but I would have been like, dude, you're asking me the day or the day before, and I have to scramble.
I should have because
like,
he opened up his bank account to pay me, and I was just trying to be like.
And you saw what it was.
He had $1,000 in his bank account.
Hey, dog, it's $100 a comic. I'm sorry. That's what I did at 7. I'm not gonna lie. I'll open up some business shit. That's what I did at 710. I was like, it's over $50. I said it's $60 a comic.
Yeah.
And you want 5 comics, and I said there's 5 comics, so you got to pay me 60.
Yeah.
So then that's what I did. I gave everybody what I said, and that's how much it cost. So that's like I think it was 5, so it's like 3 something that she owed me.
That's not that crazy.
It's not. Think about what people pay for a band.
What do they pay for a band?
Well, you tell me, how much does Misa charge?
Oh, you're right.
For
Misa,
and it's guaranteed how many hours? 4. You have to pay me for 4 hours.
My nephew's in a cover band that does Spanish music, and they'll do minimum 4 hours for like
$400 an hour.
Probably like $325 or $400 an hour or something.
Yeah.
Think about that. And it's like, and I'm giving you these comics for $300 for that could fill over an hour.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like,
yeah, definitely the next time I do a private gig, I'm gonna go in with a different attitude.
well, you have to go in almost. You have to look at it almost like, you know how people with rental jumpers.
Yeah.
That's almost how you have to go about it.
How?
Is think about how much a jumper costs to rent.
Yeah.
You're renting comics. You're renting comics personally.
Yeah.
You have to go with that attitude. Versus like, this ain't just a jumper. You pay $5 to let your kid jump in for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like you're holding this for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And as comics, you have to think about that. It's like not just my performing time, but how long I have to be at the party for.
Yeah.
You're just a clown for hire, dude.
Fuck
Think
you,
about
bitch.
it. You have to think per hour type of shit and think per comic, how much it costs per comic. You could be a dickhead and like, all right, it's gonna be $600. I'm gonna pay these comics $50 each, and I'm gonna pocket fucking $400.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean, I hate people who do shit like that, but it is what it is.
Who put this shit together? I'm the glue.
Like that's cool, but like, let's be honest. Like when you're doing private parties, it's a couple texts or it's a phone call. It's not a lot of planning.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but if you're like promoting a show, then yeah, pay these motherfuckers $50. They deserve that.
And don't just look at the hourly wages of your time, but think about the value you're providing the owner.
Exactly. Think about what you did for the baptism.
What would your event have been had you not made it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else would he go next, and how much would that have been?
Yeah.
And how much more fun would it have been, or less
God,
fun?
I should have went down this fucking plan of thinking. I should have just.
You also
come again.
You also asked me, and you caught me in a bad time where I was like, "Fuck, dude," because I was like, I think you called me. Yeah, you called me right before I took a nap, dude. And then I've been on a trend lately, where every time I'm about to take a nap, everyone fucking all of a sudden needs me. And you called me right before that, and I felt really bad when you told me about the gig, and I was like, yeah, cool, dude, I can't do it, bye. And I hung up. I felt kind of bad. And then I had just other shit going on that weekend, and I was like, I gotta fucking just get all of this out the way.
Just so you know, just for the record, I don't remember you being rude, so I think that was all.
Personally, that's me. I felt bad. 'Cause I felt like
I read people very well, and I know when your energy is low, so I can tell. Because I sometimes will fuck with him when I know he's tired. I'll be like, "Hey, let's go get food," and because I know he doesn't
did
want
that yesterday,
to.
dude. And I was like, I have a huge migraine right now. Can you not? Dude,
I didn't. I just said, "What are you doing after this?"
I'm going home.
And you're like, "I'm going home. Don't invite me anywhere." I'm like, "Dude, I was just asking what you're doing. I don't want to hang out with you, all right?" Like,
yeah, what are you doing after this? I'm going home. So I got a huge fucking.
Anytime
migraine.
I ask that, I'm just feeling the vibe, and I always know, like, this fucker's always looking at me. Like, if you guys think I'm moody, this bitch over here, like, if he doesn't want to do something, he's like, Nah, I think I'm gonna go home. Like, he's grumpy, dude.
No, because I feel like in that situation, I could have gave you this talk. Like, we could have talked about this, and you could have got more. Like, when we negotiated the Santa Barbara deal, where you're like, I don't ask her for that much. I was like, it's not that fucking much money, dude. It's $15 more. It's not that much money. It's like, chill the fuck out. It's not a lot. And then I see who's the headliner. I was like, we could have asked for more money. It's like, we're going to put on a better show than the headliner.
Shut up, bitch. We're gonna eat shit now.
No, we're not. I'm confident.
How you are, David? How are you?
Yeah.
David did a little bit of event planning on his own.
Yeah. How was your? Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
How was organizing your?
You
reunion?
It was fucking stressful up to the moment the doors open pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was telling somebody, like, the day of, I was like scrambling to go get all the food and all the drinks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't even fucking like these people. Why the fuck am I doing all this shit?
These motherfuckers bullied me in high school.
Yeah.
This guy called me a fat ass 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then like right when the doors opened and people started filing in, and I got a feel of like, okay, this is.
Like everyone's fucking with it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is fucking dope.
Yeah,
and it was so much fun. It was a shitload of work, but also I did way more work than I needed to.
Yeah.
Like I bought way more food. I bought way more drinks than I needed to.
Always happens.
So, but I was my biggest fear was people were gonna walk in having bought a ticket, and they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, this
right.
is, you know what I mean? Like, where's the blah blah blah?
Yeah, like where's the DJ?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Fuck, this got to be good. It's got to be good." And then like fucking.
So you just have like do you have your iPad or some iPad with like some music set up or?
Yeah, I just had aux cord. Shout out to Marcos for the speakers.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And then I made a Spotify playlist. I ran a poll, took requests. But dude, the coolest part, the thing I was most worried about was like, because I was like writing stuff too. I was kind of like
bits.
Well, yeah, just like fuck, dude. Because my biggest fear was everyone's gonna be sitting down at the table quietly chatting, and then be like, "What are we supposed to do now?"
Yeah,
that was my biggest fear.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I'm gonna have to go up there and entertain people. And I was like, I was a little worried about that, bro. By the time everyone was in there, it was like the one time I did want to talk to everybody. I was like, hey, just a second. Like, I like
trying to get the attention like a substitute teacher.
Exactly. So it was like, guys, when it was fucking loud,
Mr. May's here.
When it was loud as fuck in there, and I was so relieved. I was like, I don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
All I had to do was provide free drinks and food. Go figure. But it was fun as fuck, dude. It was a lot of work, but it was cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And it was a like a 10-year reunion?
10 years, yeah, 10 years.
So the first reunion.
First reunion.
Did you tell everyone like, hey, my name's David May, and I organized this entire event?
100% anonymous.
Really?
But afterwards, did you?
So then, but when you went up and.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like I was checking tickets at the door.
Oh, right.
I had a friend helping me, but it was like immediately like, oh wait, it was you?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it was me. They're like, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
So I got that all night long, and then my girlfriend was working the bar. And then they're like, wait, so this is David?
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah. And then she's like, they're like, oh my god.
Right.
Because like what makes it so crazy is I was never extracurricular. I got kicked out of football for my grades. I got kicked out of the school because of my grades. I fucking straight Fs. Everyone knew it was like, oh, let's see if he even comes today type shit.
Yeah.
Like, never did my homework. I was the kind of kid who just had loose papers in his backpack type shit.
It wasn't
just
even
like random papers.
It wasn't even filled out. It was just a bunch of papers he got from the printer.
Yeah, no, literally.
Put
Just,
them in there.
I don't know. And
like it was a trick. He was like, oh, it disappeared.
Why were you a bad kid in high school?
Because I didn't want to fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
You didn't want to learn.
No, I wanted to learn was the thing. And I had teachers I fucked with that I got stuff from. But, like, you want me to finish all of this all day long, go home.
And do more?
And then do more and bring it back? You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just had a blast instead. And it fucking worked out. I fucking graduated. I got kicked out, sent to the continuation school across the street.
Right.
So at my high school across the street, there was
it called? Like, here they're called Vista West Continuation. What was it called?
East Stanislaus. So we
yeah,
shortened it
Stanislaus
to East
County.
Stand. So we just called it East Stand.
East End.
And
Oh, we were standing outside this high school.
and it was right across the street. And when
That's gross.
when the
Ugh.
high school was getting, we had open campus lunch at my high school.
Uh-huh.
So when the high school was getting out for lunch, you were done with your day. So they would
Uh-huh.
see you leaving for the day.
Yeah.
And all the fucking fucked up retard juveniles in the East Stand were like, bro, we get out early. Isn't that dope? I'm like, bro, we're going nowhere in life. Like, you guys are gonna be future criminals. Like, that's why you're here.
So we're all mentally retarded. What are you
Yes.
talking about? School.
And they're like, we don't even have to do homework.
They're
And
like,
I'm
yeah,
like,
bro,
yeah.
we don't even got pencils, dog. Isn't that cool, bro?
I'm like, bro, this is just like pre-juvie. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's like an ice holding cell, dude. It's
Yes.
like-
This is where your parents send you because you're too old for a babysitter.
Exactly.
Dude,
And-
I remember seeing like, sorry to interrupt, but
No.
like in my like those bad kids, it was always like cholos, you know,
Dude,
like
that's what it was.
Mexicans, like that one black kid, and then always just one white kid.
That was
that
me.
was you, like
Big
just
ass.
one white kid.
Fucking wearing blazers.
Who's like, who did you fuck with like the cholos and stuff, or is it like a respect thing, or
Oh,
where
I
you're
fucked
like,
with everybody.
yeah? So it was like I feel it. I think that's I feel like comics are made from like early, you know, and like you were just like the miscreant and all this fucking like it still you got along with everyone.
Oh,
you know?
I would go from group to group. That's another thing about
Yeah.
the reunion is like I kept it anonymous because a lot of people didn't fuck with me, and I didn't want them to be like, oh, it's gonna be his party.
Uh-huh.
And so I kept it anonymous.
Mhm.
But also, I felt like I was the perfect one because when I was going through the yearbook, I was like, oh yeah, I fucking know them. I knew everybody because I was not very clicky.
Sure,
Like, I had a
yeah,
closest group, but it was like I bounced around a lot.
I was the same. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so, but yeah, it was even the teachers fucked with me, but they're just like, I can't pass you. You know what I mean? It was like I didn't get in trouble for crazy shit.
Yeah.
It was just like I'm
just
not doing
defiance.
that.
It
Yeah.
just sounds like defiant. And
Yeah.
I remember those white kids in school that were so fucking smart that were just like, I don't really like school.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, all right. Like,
That
I
was
just
literally-
remember like America, dog. I just remember being like, and it was like, I just remember being like those white kids, like, because Mexicans, because there's always, but the white kids, like, you just feel like they don't fuck with it. They're
Yeah.
just not gonna do it because they're too good for it. And like now it feels like you work in software now, so I feel like you were already gonna be fine. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. It's a crazy turn of events.
Now that I think about it, it's like, dude, I think I only went to school to play sports and fucking drama class at this point.
Yeah, dude. Look at you.
Like that was the only fun part. Yeah, no, look at me, broke.
Honestly, like you chased your passions and now you're broke and
Yeah,
you
I gotta live with a 20-year-old now.
Fuck. That's the way to do it, though. But yeah, it was tons of fun. Didn't make that much money, but it was cool.
yeah.
I'm glad it all worked out.
Fuck
And
yeah.
no one got crazy. That's what I was worried about
Mhm.
too.
No one got crazy.
I was like, fuck, dude, I'm handing out fucking hundreds of free beers.
Yeah. You were gonna get 5.
Oh, you know what's funny? Okay, so the doors are opening at 6:30. I had
Uh-huh.
one friend helping me besides my girlfriend, and doors are opening at 6:30. And I swear to God, there was one guy on the list of names that I saw as the orders were coming in. I was like, ooh, that one might be the problem.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, you know what? He's probably not even going to show up because, you know, his life is a fucking crazy ass adventure every day.
Right.
He can't even, how did he even navigate to the website to buy this ticket?
Yeah.
6:15, my one friend that's helping me, he's like, yo, look who was standing outside, bro. And it's the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hey, buddy. And then I told my buddy that was helping me, I was like, let's not do that again. Not because we don't want you here, bro. I just wasn't ready for you. But he was like, he was actually super chill, so it was cool. But
Was there anyone that was like a complete fuck up that they're like, oh no, I'm fucking great now?
just
You?
me. Yeah.
Does you?
Yeah, David.
Fuck, dude.
No.
Is there any people that are like fucking own businesses or like super rich people or anything like that, or like homeless guys or
borderline homeless,
yeah?
like that first guy. We're
Oh
kinda like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's why he was there so early.
Yeah, I mean, nothing was going on.
He was like, I was just down the street.
Free food. But super rich. If there was, I mean, it's a lot of like family money out there. It's like
yeah,
they were always rich because their dad owns an orchard type shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, what has really changed, you know?
mm-hmm.
But everyone was, the people that I talked to at least, and no one was like no one went there and was like, well, I'm blah 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 blah.
Right,
Everyone was just
right.
like, what's up, dude?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shots. Yeah, yeah.
So it was
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Have you gone to a reunion yet or not?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I think that's why I'm probing these questions because I didn't go to mine, and I'm sure there probably was, or I didn't hear about it. But I'm just thinking about like, because I'm always like, what would people say? How would they act? What would you say? And I wasn't really friends with a lot of people in my grade. I knew a lot of people, but because I was in marching band, I had a lot of friends in other grades. So I just knew a lot of people in all the other grades, and then in mine, I had like some tight friends, but it was like not a lot of people in my grade, you know. So that's why I'm like, I don't think I'd have a good reunion, you know. Like
You did awards at yours. What were the awards that you did?
I bought 12 little trophies and then came up with 12 little categories, and like one of them was like, who's been to the most countries since high school, who has the most Instagram followers, fucking, and then we did best in show cowboy boots because it's the cowboy capital. So I was like, who's got cowboy boots on and who thinks they have the best? So we had like 5 guys up there. Like, no, look, dude.
Like a bunch of hick shit, bro.
Yeah, no, literally.
Did you do the highest truck one?
No, I didn't do that. I don't want to go out there.
The
and
biggest truck.
yeah, I had to go out there and measure
With
it
a
and
tape
shit.
measure.
Yeah. So I had a couple. I gave them all out. But
Most kids?
I did most. Oh, longest relationship too. I don't know if I did most kids. I was pretty sauced at this point. But and the best part ever though was the guy who owned the place, because like I thought I was gonna have to clean up everything after the event. And then the guy came and was like, hey man, I don't have anything in this room tomorrow, so if you want to just all day tomorrow clean it up. And I'm like, we are out, bro.
Oh hell yeah!
So,
So you don't want to clean up all fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
and then-
Dude, that would have sucked.
And then we walked to like the one of 2 bars in town, and dude, I didn't buy anything. Like everyone was like, "Bro, get over here!" Like it was fucking, it was so much fun.
That's lit.
Got fucking shit. I literally had a hangover for a week.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude, that's awesome.
It was cool. Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. It really was. Everyone was like, "So we're gonna do 5 years now?
Yeah.
We're gonna do like every 5 or?"
Dude, you're on a roll.
A 10.
You're on a roll, man, because you had that, and then you just won your first roast battle at the well, dude.
Yeah.
How did that feel, man?
That was dope, dude. I mean, you guys know. I was
Wait, you
fucking-
won your first one? I thought this was your
At
second.
the well,
At the
at the well.
Because
What
remember the
other
first
ones?
one?
Boydston
Well, no,
No.
you're thinking I was booked.
canceled.
Yeah, she canceled the day up.
Oh, that's right.
So I did a set.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so glad this guy pulled up. I was so glad he was like chill, and I was pretty much again same thing, stressing up until it started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I'm doing a lot of writing. Can never
Yeah.
use these jokes again. I might look a fool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then like he got a set before the roast battle.
Dude.
I was kind of worried about that.
Immediately after his set, I came over to you and I was like, dude, watch that swag, man. Because sometimes these dudes will just say something with an accent and it'll be like, oh, man, that's great, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just because he's in a wheelchair and half broken. Like, it's like, it's
Dude.
bad, like, you know, but you fucking ripped him, dude.
I cannot wait for the tapes because I don't remember anything that happened.
Really?
Not because of alcohol, but just
Yeah.
every
You
time
had
I
a
go.
It's
blackout
quick,
moment.
dude.
Yep.
It's quick.
Yeah,
It's quick,
and it was
man.
so fast. I had so many jokes.
Yeah.
Because like to prepare, I was watching some of the other roasts
Mhm.
that I have, and I was like, okay, they counting all the jokes they did. I'm like, fuck, dude, it could be potentially 7 jokes
Yeah.
per minute.
Yeah.
And so I was like over prepared.
Yeah.
So I wish I would have whittled it down and picked my absolute favorite. But I don't even remember what I picked. So I can't wait for the tape.
They're so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I was so happy watching that rose battle.
The end of
dude.
the first round, you said he had the one where he had to scoot his way up the wheelchair ramp.
Okay.
And then the end of the second round, you said, oh, no, I don't remember that.
I know I did the national anthem. I got a lot of
Yeah. Oh,
compliments.
yeah.
That
That
was
one
a good
was
one.
that one was great.
A lot of
Yeah.
people came up to me about that one. And then that day I came up with, like, right after you left when you were helping me
Mhm.
write, he still gets hella pussy. I guess some chicks are into that half a tube of toothpaste look.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
I put that one down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah. Oh, dude, your what's it called? Your rebuttal when he's like, gave me a hug, and then you're like, yeah, right here.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. The memory foam.
Dude, yeah, that one, dude.
Yeah.
That was like, cause that's how Barry won his battle, just rebuttals,
Yeah,
and it's like
rebuttals won.
sometimes it's like he hit you with the rebuttal, and then you hit him back. It was just like, you know.
Yeah, I
was
can't wait
epic.
to watch that one. It was fun as fuck, dude. It was so much
It
fun.
was like just because I saw Nathaniel beat Los Digits, and that was one of the most magical things I've ever seen. Like, and then seeing you beat that dude in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's fun to see my white homeboys beat up cholos, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I love it, dog. It's like reparations on the other side, you know.
Finally.
It's like,
Our time to shine.
yeah. No, it's just it.
The
It
whites
feels.
still got it.
Yeah.
It's also just like the Bakersfield boys beat the fuck out of the LA boys that are heavy hitters. You know, it's like, dude, like that the roast battling has definitely made me like feel more of the Bakersfield, like let's stick together type. Like that's why I think it's so fun when we get together, look at jokes and like all before roast battles. And because I was doing that too, like I'd write with Nathaniel, Marco, Michael Revelis, like all, like, dude, and you just kind of like, that's how you fucking whittle it down, you know? So it's a good camaraderie and it was good, you know?
The best compliment I got from him after was, because, dude, you can imagine he's a roast battler in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You can imagine
all sorts of shit.
The best compliment I got, he was like, none of your shit was corny, and I haven't heard any of those jokes before.
100%.
So I was like, damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
And then from an audience member, they were telling me that like they felt like the energy was going down. Yeah. And they said that it was by far the most entertaining one. And that was like, oh, that's what I want.
The joke
you guys definitely brought the energy back for the headlining battle.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
but I definitely think you guys, that could have been the headlining battle.
Night,
you know? Yeah.
The joke that I feel like that was creative about him being in a wheelchair was when You're All His Life did a 180.
And grabbed the one
and he
wheel.
grabbed the one wheel and just turned it.
Yeah. That
was like the first joke I wrote about.
Yeah,
it.
that was creative.
That was fun.
Super creative, super specific. Yeah. And that'll win. You know, that'll win.
You had the one that you didn't use at all, and that was about his thin mustache.
I know.
And I was like, dude, that was a good one. Where you
you sorry to interrupt. You added this one too, or you changed it. You said he's in a wheelchair. He's Mexican. He got shot. Haven't heard that one before.
How original.
Dude.
Original. Joined a gang, got shot.
Yes. He's a Mexican from LA who got into gangbanging and then got shot. Wow, never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Because
that's what you opened with, wasn't it?
That's
pretty close.
Right, it was
anthem.
right after the
National
national anthem. Yeah, yeah.
Because remember we were talking, I was like, I need a joke that lets people know his story.
Exactly.
So everything else makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, duh.
Yeah, and that format, because I remember you used that similar
Boyson.
for boy. Dude,
how
great.
original.
It was great.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Just like building up the caricature of them. To the audience first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, this has been a good podcast, guys.
It was, man.
Fun.
Yeah. You guys ready to end it or what?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
What's the cause of ruckus with the muted?
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch. Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
I'm pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy.
Welcome to the Bad Neighbor Podcast.